So in this video, we are going to be talking about meditation and addressing one of the questions that I get asked a lot, often, and that is, what do I do when I can't meditate? Or how do I meditate? Or simply, I can't meditate. My mind is way too busy. I don't know how to shut it off. So if that sounds like you, or if that feels like something you can relate to, please listen along as I will be giving a little tip on how to be able to start a meditation practice. So my name is Betsy Dwight, and I am formally trained in psychotherapy, and I have taken a deep interest in discovering and exploring mind-body techniques, specifically emotional freedom techniques or tapping, and using mindfulness meditation. So going back to our question, how do I meditate when I don't know how, or I can't meditate? So one of the first things that I want to do is clear up some misperceptions that we often have about meditation. So meditation is not analyzing and trying to figure things out or coming to some decision. That is not meditation, okay? One of the premises of meditation is letting go and being in the moment and accepting the moment, not trying to figure it out. Also, meditation is not a relaxation technique. If you go into a meditation practice with the goal of relaxing, oftentimes what happens is it actually just creates more stress because we think about, oh, I'm not relaxing, this isn't working, which is actually defeating and doing the opposite of meditating. However, relaxation could be a byproduct of meditation, but that's generally not the goal of meditation. And meditation is not coming to this enlightened state. Okay. There might be this perception that you become light and bright and when you're meditating. That's generally not the case. Maybe you'll get there someday, but oftentimes it's about being in the moment. And finally, meditation is not about stopping your thoughts. So this one, a lot of times people are like, oh, but I thought that's what we did. No, meditation is about being aware of your thoughts and being aware of what your mind is doing. When you notice that your mind is in that spiral, that is being mindful. That is being, in a meditative state, is knowing and being aware of what is happening in your mind. So meditation is about seeing things clearly, seeing things in the present moment, accepting reality as it is, accepting the moment as it is. And it's understanding where our mind is and what's going on. And it's really about focusing our attention and intentionally focusing our attention on something. So one of the things I also like to kind of clear up or distinguish from my view is between mindfulness and mindful meditation. So we're often hearing these days the word mindfulness, and the way I see it as mindfulness is a mindset that you decide to live by. So it's a mindset that you decide to be aware of what is going on around you throughout your day. So as you're doing something, you completely focus your attention on doing that thing. One of the things I often say is when you're doing the dishes, just do the dishes. Don't be doing the dishes and creating the grocery list. Just do the dishes. And that is living mindfully. Now, meditation can be thought of as more of like a formal practice where you sit down and you set aside time to simply be with yourself. And meditation can look so different. It can look like a breath meditation. It can look like walking. It can look like a loving kindness meditation. There's all sorts of different types of meditation. But when you're doing a formal meditation, it's like you specifically set aside time in your day to be in the moment. So in this video, we are specifically talking about meditation. So getting back to our question, what do you do when you can't meditate? What do you do? So my first piece of advice is start small, like really small, like 1 minute. Like set a timer for 1 minute and just be in the moment and just see if you can just sit in the being and get out of the doing and being, physically productive. When you do this, you will notice how long a minute actually is if you are not used to doing this. And so once you start to build that muscle, build that meditation muscle, you can start to increase your time. So meditation is a practice. It's like you wouldn't walk into the gym on your first day and go lift the heaviest weights, right? You would work your way up to that. Meditation is much the same. You wouldn't necessarily sit down to do an hour-long meditation or go join an hour-long meditation class if you've never meditated. So it's a skill, it's a muscle, it is something that you need to practice, okay? It's not necessarily innate that we all have. We have to build these skills. So start small. Start with a minute and then increase. So meditation is about focusing your mind. And one of the most simple things that a great place to start is using your breath as an anchor. So an anchor is a place where you can rest your mind during the meditation. And using your breath is simple. It's with you wherever you go. You can't leave home without it. So you could literally do your meditation anywhere, your 1-minute meditation anywhere. And using your breath as an anchor simply means you can say to yourself as you breathe in, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Or notice where the breath is as you're breathing, what's moving. What part of my body is moving as I breathe? Noticing the sensations in your body as you're breathing. So using your breath as an anchor for your mind during that 1-minute meditation is a great simple place to start that really can be accessible to most anybody. So so the next thing is, even if you've done this, you've tried to sit for 5 minutes and you're like, I just can't, I'm just too much in my mind. If you're finding meditation to be too difficult, it's often because you were too much in your head. Your head is too busy. So one of the things that I would suggest doing is doing some emotional freedom techniques or tapping silently. And you would go through each one of these acupressure points and just notice what is happening. So let me take you through a silent tapping technique that you can use when you're finding that meditation, a breathing meditation it's just not working. Okay, so starting on the side of the hand, and I'll walk you through the points, just simply tap on the side of the hand, and you can use either side. And just notice what you're feeling as you do this. Bring your attention to your body and the tapping, and then coming to the inside of the eye, on the eyebrow. Breathing and noticing, and coming to the side of the eye. And then under the eye, again, breathing and just noticing what you're feeling. Coming under the nose. Into the chin. And then the collarbone points. And the side of the body. And the top of the head. And now coming back to the body and noticing what's happening. Do you feel, what has shifted? Has the mind slowed down? Do you feel more in your body? Using silent tapping is a really excellent way to get into your body when you find that your mind is too active. And what you could even do now is do this round of tapping to get into your body, and then try a small breath meditation. So if you found this helpful, please make comments below, follow along, share this with anybody. I think that doing these small little tools is a really great way to enhance our well-being. Thank you so much for being here and listening.